Virtual reality is more than a game, and at Jump, we're here to show you why.
Oh, he did?
Oh my god.
Oh,
good.
All right, it's like all fun and games to see people crashing in virtual reality, but that last girl specifically is the one that I want to emphasize. She would rather fall on her face than put her foot out and stop herself. And I think that's what really blows me away about the power of virtual reality. To prove that virtual reality is such a powerful system and that your mind can be completely convinced that it's not only real, that you have flying superpowers, I guess, within a few seconds, we went out to see if we could get anybody to fall forward onto their face without catching themselves. And here's the reactions. Within a few seconds of virtual reality, a person can believe that they're there and they can believe that they can fly or jump, right? So to prove that the belief system is that powerful, I'm offering people $100 if they put their hands behind their back and fall onto their chest without stopping themselves.
I cannot.
As far as you can.
That's scary. It's scary.
Do you guys think you could do it? Oh my gosh! Mind over matter?
Mind over matter.
Now, while some people can overcome this psychologically and actually fall forward, the majority of people can't. VR is so convincing and it tricks your mind into believing that these things that are impossible are now possible. Within a few seconds of putting virtual reality on and seeing the environment, you just immediately start believing that these things are real. You're not in a house anymore, you're not in your garage, you're not anywhere, you're in that space. The majority of people in the world are thinking virtual reality is for video games or it's for shooting zombies or whatever it is. To me, virtual reality represents something that is more powerful. If you can put somebody in a virtual reality simulation and they immediately believe that there's something bigger, that they have more potential than they think they do, and they can actually fly, they can jump off of something. If you've ever seen The Matrix, there's this point in The Matrix where Neo touches the back of the couch and he says,
This isn't real.
What is real? How do you define real? If you're talking about what you can feel, what you can smell, what you can taste and see, then real is simply electrical signals interpreted by your brain.
your mind doesn't know the difference between an imagined experience and a real experience. And in most cases, you release the same amount of chemicals, if not more chemicals, from an imagined experience than a real experience. Your body's saying, is this a real experience or not? And you're checking the box that there's scent, that there's vibration, that the visuals are true, and the audio is true. For all intents and purposes, the experience is real at that moment, and you can build a real memory. Virtual reality that's out in the market is majorly just visuals and audio, where your body doesn't have enough information to cross that line into memory space. You're still separated because there's things in the world that are telling you, hey, what you're seeing and what you're hearing isn't real. But when you cross into a hyper-realistic experience where the visuals and the audios are lining up with how I feel and what I'm smelling, and then in the moment, I believe you actually cross over into a space where you start creating real memories. If Richie's plank or virtual reality experience that is this low res is convincing, imagine coming to a facility where there's wind effects, there's scent, there's vibration, there's an actual edge you step up to, and visuals and audio are completely synchronized. And when you step up to that edge and the wind hits you and you smell the interior of the airplane, at that moment, it's not a game anymore. This is real. I think at this point, the only box you aren't checking at Jump is that you risked your life. Everything else feels real. That allows us to make this experience accessible for everyone. We're bringing people in that are 11-year-olds all the way up into their 80s, and they're able to have a flying experience, a wingsuit base jumping experience that they would never be able to do in reality. What's holding you back? Come out and make the jump.